What's
up? Welcome to Unboxed Minds.
I hope everyone's having a great, fabulous, fantastic day in life.
Super positive and productive day to you all. We love you and we hope you love you. And yeah, let's get straight to it. We're gonna.
How'd you know I was gonna say that?
Oh shit, I didn't know. What a
Synchronicity.
Yeah, this is the topic cup. And what we're gonna do, sometimes we'll have guests, but as our intro, it'll just be us.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. You'll have one topic each, and we'll elaborate. We'll talk about it. How about that? Okay. Triggers.
Ooh.
Triggers. That's spicy. That's a spicy topic. Ooh.
Let's see what I get up in here.
Ooh. One.
Let's see. Friendly girls. Wow.
Friendly girls.
That was a fucking great topic.
Friendly girls. Okay.
What you want to talk about first?
Okay. So we can do triggers first. You know, we can go to order. I pick first, so whatever. Triggers. Now, this is the topic cup. Let us know in the comments below what topics y'all want us to talk about, and we'll add it to the trigger cup. I said the trigger cup, the topic cup.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a really good thing to talk about, because lately, I've been getting triggered like a motherfucker.
Triggered. For sort of people that don't know what trigger is, we want to elaborate on it. What is a trigger?
Pet peeves.
Yeah.
Your things that fuck with your brain, things that fuck with you, things that mess with you.
Yeah, or I feel like a trigger is, we all trigger each other, and I like to say like, yo, I'm motherfucker's biggest trigger, because I'm gonna make, I don't know, anything that irritates you, anything that you don't quite understand, anything that, if you get angered by something, it's like, okay, like if a person if you get, like you said, pet peeves or something, and it's like making you feel some type of way, it's like, why am I feeling some type of way? You're getting triggered by whatever situation, whatever person, thing. Yeah.
One thing I learned about triggers is this. Like, functioning in a regular society, since I have a few triggers that really fuck with me, I have to really, it's like self-control, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about, self-control, dealing with triggers.
Okay.
Anger issues, especially if you come from especially if you're traumatized from your past of some situations. You might grow up with certain triggers and stuff like that. And at first it seems like, I'm going to just be honest with you. The way I really feel about it is everyone has triggers and people should respect it. But living in society, this is how it really is. You got to be careful. You got to have self-control. You got to be able to watch how you react with your triggers. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, there's people that have intentionally triggered me, right? And it's small. Because I know everybody got them little small triggers, right? Mm-hmm. That really explodes you. And a person would know it. But from the outside looking in, it's like, you're tripping. I learned that you got to really work on how you react to certain situations in public, because it can lead you in detrimental situations, for sure.
Yeah.
What's your pet peeve? What's your triggers?
Okay, so I've realized that, say, if, I don't want to say just my triggers, because it's so many things that trigger us. And when I say trigger, it's a trigger just shows you it's an indication of something that you need to work with within yourself, I feel. And it's like, okay, sometimes I could be in a setting, or anyone could be in a setting where we're just having a conversation, and someone may be like, oh, why you talking so loud? And you ain't let me finish talk. You ain't never do. They're angry. So they were triggered by that person that was giving their opinion. And in those situations where I've been in that situation before, so and I realize sometimes when I'm having a discussion with some people, sometimes if I don't agree with what they're saying, I can feel myself get the adrenaline uh, rising and me to be like, like I kind of get impatient and I want to say what I want to say what I want to say. So that's a trigger. It's like, okay, no, I need to learn how to just calm down and wait for that person to say something. I mean, finish what they got to say and then wait for my turn.
You know, that's a big thing.
That's a thing. That's a thing. And I just feel like the trigger in that is just basically a trigger is just you reflecting on why you feel this way, why people that don't like people for whatever reason, they don't even know why they're intimidated by someone or they're jealous of someone. It's because 9 times out of 10 it's because that person triggers something in them that they don't like. Feeling uncomfortable is a trigger. And like I said, you can be triggered by anything, person, place, anything. You saying, "Oh shit, I don't like cigarette smoke. It makes me Oh, I don't like people can be triggered by, oh, you chewing too loud. Oh, I don't like it. Why? And then it's like, okay, when somebody is chewing too loud to you, they're triggering to you, letting you know that, okay, I have a issue with, like, I'm allowing this person's loud chewing to irritate me. And it's like, why am I allowing myself to get irritated by what someone else is doing when all I have control of is myself?
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie. One of the biggest triggers that I've seen is the fact that people don't know how to communicate with each other. It's like this overlapping conversation thing, like the art of timing, I should say. Like I realize when people have conversations, it's that cutting people off when they speak. I ain't gonna lie, I hate that shit sometimes. I really do.
Yeah, but it's like, if we're adding on to the conversation, and I understand. It's okay. I only make it a deal when someone be like, "Oh, you cut me off." Okay, that's cool. Let everybody talk, and then most of the time it's they cutting everybody off. But anyway, that don't matter. I didn't even pay you what we did too. Mm-hmm. But like you see, you just said, that situation. It's okay to budge in. What y'all think?
Well, when people are arguing, right? This is what a lot of the times what happens.
Or having a discussion, because sometimes it's not an argument.
Yeah, like a person will try to. Okay, it's almost like it's not even a real conversation. It's just two people that want to get their point across so bad to the point where it's like, I don't really want to hear your point. I just want to get my point across. And then it'll always end up in a situation where it's just like everyone's just overlapping each other, talking while each other's talking. And the stupidest shit for me is when two people are talking over each other. You ever heard how that shit sounds? You ever tried playing two fucking songs at one time? That's what the fuck it is. I hate that. Like, yo.
Yeah, and I really just feel like that's why it's important to listen to understand and not to listen to respond. You know, it's just like, what the heck? We all have different perspectives on life. And it's okay for us to talk about those things.
And triggers come in many different forms.
Yeah.
There's even, if you think about it, whatever that you desire, you have triggers. Like, there's even sexual triggers. Literally. Like, for instance, a lot of people don't know how to control their sexual triggers. And everyone's over here worried about fucking COVID-19 or whatever that virus is called. But you can't even control your sexual triggers. You'll stick People will have unprotected sex all day, every day, but have to walk around with a face mask. That makes no sense. That triggers me, honestly. Speaking of triggers, that's my trigger. Everyone wants to walk around with a COVID mask, but don't want to walk around with a COVID dick condom. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo.
It's all deep.
Exactly.
It's real. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, dang, that's a whole nother topic within itself.
Exactly.
You know, like, how y'all feel about that? Like, you know.
What are your triggers?
My triggers, I feel like, you know, sometimes that's a real personal thing. Sometimes I reflect to myself, but you know, like I said before, I've been in situations where, you know, those conversations where I realized the impatience in me when having conversations with some people sometimes. And that was, you know, I'm grown from that. But also, I guess another trigger is if, let me see, if, just any time that you have an awakening to yourself from an action that you did, like, say if I got freaking angry, I got so angry, or something makes me so sad, and it's like whatever made you feel that way showed you a feeling. It made you realize something within yourself.